Hey guys, Albe here. This time around I'm here at Pro Italia in Glandale. They're having a Ducati demo day, so I figure I'll come over and test a few Ducatis. First thing I'm gonna do is hop on the Multistrada 950 and see what all the hype is about, but enough of the chit chat, let's get on it. I'm over here with the Multistrada 950. It's only fitting that I'm test driving Multistrada 950 since last time I went to a demo day, I did the KTM Adventure. So I want to try this one, being the lightest of the Multistradas. Let's see how it goes. Okay, right off the bat, very comfortable position. The seat has that bump in the back that kind of keeps me forward and very straight up. So other than that, it's actually comfortable. It's fairly wide on the butt, but at the same time, it doesn't feel that big between my legs. We have Eric up front trying to figure out that X-Diavel over there. You can do it, you can do it. Never mind. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's the classic Ducati 950 engine. It pulls pretty good. The handlebar are in the right position. I'm not stretched forward. And the pegs are good. Now, mind you, I drove here on my F800. My knees on the F800 are less bent. On the Multistrada, the knees are fairly bent, but it's not excessive. You don't feel like you're riding a super sport. It feels like an adventure bike. Now, being a Ducati, it vibrates. Most likely the footage from the camera on the handlebar is gonna be a lot vibey. On the other hand, it's got a great pickup. When you open it up, it really pulls. I can only imagine the 1260 if this one pulls so good. Oh, the noise on this engine. Now we are on the freeway. The windshield is adjustable by one end, like that or like that. It covers pretty good. If I was a little shorter, it probably would cover way more. But all in all, it's a pretty smooth ride for being an L-twin. The meters are really good. Amazingly enough, they do not vibrate that much, and they're clear and pretty big. The instrumentation down there, it looks a little dated, just because this is the 950. The 1260 actually has an LCD with all colors and changing stuff, but you have all the information you need. You have the RPM, obviously the speed, a fuel gauge, which, as I said before, it's important on an adventure bike, gear indicator, and it'll tell you what level of traction control you're using, and the level of ABS. Also, up top over there, you have the riding mode. Right now we're in sport mode. The bike comes with 4 riding modes, but the sport one is pretty good. I believe it's Sport Enduro, Touring, and something else that I really can't quite remember. The riding position is very natural, and the brakes are in the usual Ducati fashion, very strong. Let's try the rear one. Yeah, even the rear one actually feels like it bites pretty good. Needless to say that the bike looks pretty good. It's not a secret that I actually liked the shape of the older Ducati Multistrada a little better. But the 950, it feels like he maneuvers and he handles pretty good. It's pretty nimble. I'm pretty sure this bike on the twisty is gonna be a great bike while at the same time, even riding on long rides, it actually is going to have some pretty good potential. Slap on a few panniers on this thing, and I can really see on a long street, on a long trip, on the street though. Off-road wise, I don't know. I'm not sure I would ride this thing off-road, even if I've seen it done. But as I said multiple times, I also saw a Panigale go off-road. So because it goes off-road, it doesn't mean that it does it well. But oh my God, this engine! When you really open, it pulls, guys. It really pulls, and it sounds fantastic, even with a stock exhaust. So obviously, I never rode a 950 before, the Multistrada 950 before. So this is a first impression, and first impression are positive. It always depends what do you have in mind when you buy a bike. Now, if you want to do thousands and thousands of miles, hours and hours of riding, maybe you want to go for the 1260, just because the engine is bigger and it holds better. But if here and there you want to go on the twisties, man, this thing leans in real quick. Quicker than my F800, quicker than the KTM 1090. It feels like this is a canyon carving machine, which it really is not a surprise. The clutch is a regular cable clutch, but it's not too hard. It's very soft, easy to pull, as well as the brakes, as you guys can see, single finger braking over there. It doesn't quite like to be a low RPM, but it'll go up in a heartbeat if you just twist the throttle. All in all, I'm liking the Multistrada, and if you're looking for a very street-oriented adventure bike that is still not a gigantic motorcycle like the 1260 is, the 950 might actually be the bike to look at. It's very easy to maneuver. Oh, let's see. So, very positive. I liked it quite a bit. But it's time to move on and go see what else I can ride. So I'm back from riding the Ducati Multistrada 950 and it felt great. That's a great bike. It looks fantastic. And that 950 engine, it really has a punch. I had no doubt that the Multistrada 950 was a great bike. I didn't quite know, or I didn't quite think it would be so nimble. I really see that bike doing great on the twisties. Now, when it comes to the off-road, we obviously haven't tested the bike off-road this time around, but depends what you're doing with it. I'm pretty sure the bike is going to have no problem whatsoever when it comes to fire road, gravel, loose gravel. But when you really go in the rough, I'm not quite sure the bike is going to be performing like, let's say, a KTM. Other than that, the bike is fantastic. I'm pretty sure you can hop on and do hundreds and hundreds of miles with no problem whatsoever. And at the same time, with a few add-ons here and there, you can actually take it on a long trip. Now, where it shines though, it's really on the curvy part of the road. That bike feels like a comfortable superbike, but lots of power. And did I say that it looks fantastic? If you want a two-person opinion on this matter, go on 1 Up 5 Down, check out me and Eric discussing today's ride. And as always, if you like the video, like, if you love the video, subscribe. Right on, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much to Pro Italia here in Glandale, because they've been really understanding with us, and they gave us a ton of support, waiting up when we're fumbling with our cameras and moving aside when I'm trying to get the shots. So great shout out to Pro Italia. They have a ton of everything, and it's a pretty cool atmosphere to hang out.